melanocytes on both sides. So what are it's probably a difference between both. And we discovered that there is only one difference between the melanocyte inside the hair and inside the skin. It's one protein, only one, is missing. So this is a new avenue for scientists to try to recover the natural color. Okay? Instead of, for those who want to change their color, they will use hair dye, obviously. But for those who just want to recover the natural color when they were 20 years old, then here it's probably one of the main roads. If we're lucky, maybe we find within 2 years. If we don't, maybe 10 years. But the answer will be found. I hope that L'Oréal will find it because we discover it. So the other beautiful and major concern is hair loss. And why do we, if you ask, in particular male, they are more concerned than women. It's a question of gender, you know. So they are really concerned by their hair loss. And what we discovered by the end of 2001 is that inside the hair we have two reservoirs of cells, and those are called stem cells. They are adult stem cells. They are not embryonic stem cells, okay? And along the cycle you can see that those two reservoirs used to fuse, and at this moment when they fuse, then they get a signal to regrow a new hair, and they split again. What we are looking for, you can imagine, is the signal they get to regrow a new hair. As soon as we find it, then we will probably have one of the major key to regrow hair. But this vision of hair growth, and here you can see where the stem cells are, okay? Those two brown reservoirs. It is important for the hair growth. It is also important, and I think it's important for all of us, to consider that those cells are able to make hair and skin. And we are the only animals, if you accept that humans are animals, that have a reservoir at the upper part of the root. And when you have an injury at the surface of the skin, what happens is that those cells are recruited to go up and to produce skin. And this is really true, because I can tell you that in our labs, with hair, we regrow skin. And this is only possible because we have stem cells that are potentially able to make hair, mainly, let's say, but also skin, and then is the reason why we have no longer fur, like the animals, but we have this stem cells reservoir able to cover your skin when there is an injury. So this is also a big discovery, and explain why there is a continuity between the skin of your scalp and the root. And when you are taking care about your hair, the prevention of many of the disorders is on the scalp. And no one has the idea, they say I have hair, but they don't consider that the skin on your scalp is probably the key of the beauty of your hair. And all the shampoos and all the products are deposited obviously on the fiber, but also on the skin. And the territory of the skin of the scalp is one of the major territory for the next generation of hair care products. The more you take care of your skin on the scalp, the more beautiful your hair will be. So obviously with all this knowledge, we end with products. But you remember I told you that we first will understand the structure and the biology of hair, but also the consumer insight. And here you have one of our research evaluation center in India. Shweta knows this perfectly. And we try to look at the gesture, the beauty routine of men and women in the country, because if they like foam or not, we will make it different. If water is scarce, then we will try to have shampoo that are easy to rinse, etc., etc. So even if we are a global company, we always try to adapt the products according to the culture, even the fragrance, because in countries like China, some fragrances are impossible, or because they are unknown, they don't support them. And when there is a major concern with natural ingredients, we also try to meet those expectations. So hair care products, hair dyes, etc. For us, it's a kind of saga. And the beauty of the thing is that we discover the component inside the hair, we produce the ingredients, and then we design the products with major technology, and we control the efficacy, and we do that worldwide. Just to tell you, we have 16 research centers over the world, and 13 evaluation centers in other countries. So we cover more than 25 countries, focusing on their habits and also to assess the efficacy of the products. So here, one of the ingredients we are working on currently, it's argan oil, so from the almond, and down it's one molecule that we produce for the hair loss. And the future, because some of you asked me about what the future will be, and we try to gather all our knowledge in a computer model, and we are able now to really produce the behavior of a single hair, but also from a full head of hair. When you wet it, when you have curly, when you dry your hair, etc. And we present this at a Congress of Computer Graphics, and if I tell you the truth, among the audience, the more interested guy is a guy from Walt Disney. Because for the movie, you know, when you look at Shrek, the gesture is not so nice, and they want to have exactly what we have, if we have curves, etc. This was not our purpose. The purpose was to find new approaches of products, but the idea is to say if we just modify one parameter, maybe we can get a result. So here you have, just to tell you how realistic it is, the natural behavior, and down is what the model makes, the computer model. So really, and even with curly hair, we get very beautiful results. So thanks to this knowledge, thanks to the infinity of knowledge we have from the beauty routine, we have been able first to produce a beautiful exhibition, and you will discover it, but we are able now to prepare the future of your products according to your culture. Thank you.